Welcome to Everybody's a Little Queer, currently queer. I'm here with my husband.
Currently with your husband, queer.
We're currently together, and currently we are still
Queer.
Queer. Anyway, welcome everybody to Everyone's a Little Queer, currently queer. Here we are. It is currently queer, episode
5.
Some housekeeping notes. Everybody's a Little Queer is now we're a weekly podcast.
Yes, we've decided we have, because of you, because of the listeners, and because of everyone who's supporting us, we're starting to get an influx of people who want to be on Everyone's a Little Queer. And so we have enough now of people to be able to do weekly episode and weekly drops. And I know a couple people are very excited about that.
Weekly episodes. So Everybody's a Little Queer will be coming out every Wednesday. Wednesdays for Everyone's a Little Queer. And then Currently Queer will be coming out every Saturday.
Yes, I think we decided Saturdays.
Everyone's a Little Queer Wednesdays. Currently Queer Saturdays. We've got some fun guests lined up.
Very excited. I know. I'm very excited. We have a lot of fun people.
We have so many fun people. So many fun people.
It'll be good. All right. You ready to jump in?
Let's jump into the
recap.
The Currently Queer news.
Oh, we should get like a news. Maybe change the audio. Do like news. Breaking news.
Donald Trump fucks up again. Lols. All right. So, for one last time of this year's Olympics. Hey, okay, so the Winter Olympics have now officially come to a close. Sorry, we're a little behind. We got sick for a while.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, don't get the flu. Wouldn't recommend.
Don't go out in public, people.
If you do get the flu, 12 out of 10 would recommend Tamiflu. Anyway, okay, so the Winter Olympics have now officially come to a close.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do a little Winter Olympic overview from Team LGBTQ. Okay, so the final medal count has officially been tallied. Team LGBTQ has won the most medals ever at a Winter Olympics.
It's wonderful.
As well as its most gold medals ever. Mazel tov to Team LGBTQ, who finished 13th overall in total medal count.
That's impressive.
With 5 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze medals. Neat, right?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, we watched almost every sport ever. We became experts in a lot of sports in a 2-week span.
We became sports aficionados.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Googling that took place, especially around curling and slalom.
And the
moguls.
The one there, they just launched the fucking cells off the ramp, but we watched it all.
Ski jump. Is that what that is? Big air.
Big air snowboarding.
Oh,
I think you're right. Ski jump or high jump or something like that.
High jump is sports. I mean,
it's all sports.
It's track and field, like the high jump. That's track and field.
Okay.
Sports.
That's on the next Olympics.
I got some highlights that I put together from the Olympics of just some Team LGBTQ moments that took place. I could share a couple, and then also later in the episode, we're going to dive into some drama.
Love the drama.
Love the tea. So let's just start off with the fun. There was a record 49 out LGBTQ athletes that competed in the Olympic Games this year.
It's wonderful.
There were at least 49 out athletes competing, an increase of over 40% from 4 years ago. This bodes well for breaking the 200 mark, hopefully, as we approach the Summer Olympics here in Los Angeles in 2028. Oh. So maybe we'll have more than 200 out LGBTQ members of Team LGBTQ.
That's going to be huge recaps.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. Maybe we'll record live from the Olympics. Coming to you live from the Olympics.
In Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we're not going to LA, but we could go to Oak City. Fingers crossed we get selected. So yeah, that was fun. There was 49 LGBTQ athletes that competed. Bisexual queen, I mentioned it briefly on the last episode of Currently Queer, but Breezy Johnson got engaged.
So exciting.
That was fun.
Yeah.
In the Super G event, her gold medal run, after finishing it, in her gold medal run, she finished off the podium. It didn't work out well for her. But you know what did work out well for her?
Getting engaged?
She got engaged. So, waiting at the bottom of the slopes after her gold medal run that she finished off the podium was her boyfriend, Connor Watkins, ready to surprise her with an engagement ring. And of course, she said yes.
I mean, why would you not say yes? You're in like a global stage.
Yeah, it's kind of pressure. What if she said no?
I know. Well, yeah. What if she said no? And then all the memes of him probably just like this.
Oh, that would have been so awkward if she said no. But also, just want to give a shout out to you, Breezy Johnson. Mazel tov on your engagement. And just because you're a bisexual queen who gets engaged and married to a man does not take away from the fact that you are part of Team LGBTQ and you are a bisexual princess. So work, Breezy Johnson.
Work.
Congratulations.
We're very excited.
Next highlight. Are you excited? This is my favorite part of the Olympics. Queen Team USA Hockey's captain, gold medalist Hillary Knight proposed to USA speed skater Brittany Bowe.
So many engagements happened.
Oh, it was so sweet. So the day before winning their gold medal in the thrilling overtime victory after Hillary Knight scored the tying goal to get them to overtime. So the day before that, Hillary Knight got on one knee and proposed to her girlfriend and speed skating legend Brittany Bowe.
It was beautiful.
They also said yes to each other.
Well, yeah.
But how awkward. But theirs also was not televised. It was just like a sweet little moment they had in the Olympic Village.
Yeah. And then it went everywhere on Instagram.
And then she blew up, Hunty.
And then she came back the next day, said, watch this. And that team killed it.
Speaking of Team USA and hockey, fun fact also about Team LGBTQ and the Olympics. Both captains of Team USA and Team Canada, gold medal game competitors, are part of Team LGBTQ. Obviously, as we just talked about, Hillary Knight, our queen, she is obviously part of Team LGBTQ as a lessee, but the captain of Team Canada, led by Marie-Philip Poulin, is also a lesbian, and she is married to her teammate, Laura Stacey.
Oh, that's fun.
Right?
Oh, that's fun.
So that was a fun little Team LGBTQ moment, is like both captains of the gold medal teams competing in the gold medal game that we're competing were lesbies.
That's fun. Yeah, that's great.
So that was fun. What do we have next? Ooh, okay, so Gus Kenworthy. He newly won a medal in the men's halfpipe. He did not medal.
Yeah.
But for about 30 minutes, Gus Kenworthy was in medal winning position in the men's skiing halfpipe. Gus Kenworthy has a long, successful, and inspirational Olympic career, both with Team USA and with Team Great Britain.
Oh,
Fun
nice.
fact. Ultimately, though, Kenworthy finished in 6th place.
So he's a dual citizen? Is that what it is?
I think his mother is Great British descent.
Oh, okay.
Like his mother was born in
Yeah.
GB.
Oh, okay.
So somehow that makes him be able to compete. Maybe his dual citizenship. I used to know. I don't remember.
I don't understand how it works because I remember them also talking, tangent real quick, but talking about was it the ice skater that was skating in the Olympics for China, but she's like American from LA and.
Yeah, I don't fully know how that works, but somehow that's how that works.
Yeah.
Maybe you could compete for like the Italian team because your great grandmother.
My great grandparents. Yeah, I don't think that works. I think you have to have some sort of like
immediate bloodline.
Yeah, maybe a lineage or something. I don't know. It hurts my head to think about.
So ultimately, yeah, Gus finished in 6th place, but that was an incredible achievement given his retirement, and he also came back out of retirement to compete in these Winter Olympics and come back for Team Great Britain. So although he didn't medal, it was still a big and overarching achievement for Gus.
Yeah.
And we're all proud of you, Gus. You still look fine as hell, too. So mazel tov to you, Gus. And I do think, though, he did say, like, okay, well, now I'm done. So
yeah.
I don't think we will be seeing him again, at least as a competitor in the Olympics, but I could maybe see him come back as like a commentator like Shaun White did. Yeah. So maybe we'll see if that happens at the next Winter Olympics. But either way, we are very proud of you, Gus. You did great. Mazel tov.
Maybe they'll commentate like Johnny does. Because Johnny is funny as shit.
Yeah, I love Johnny Weir.
Yeah. When they're with Tara and they're commentating back and forth, it is by far the funniest commentation ever. And the way they bounce off each other and just the shit that they say, it's great. I love it. I love everything about it.
So serious, too.
They're like, that was not a good spin. She should have done a double axel, but she's gonna lose points on this next time. And I'm like, damn.
Tara's very specific about like, well, she landed at this degree, and if you put the she draws
they
little
do.
arrows on
Yeah.
the ice, and it's like she did not fully compete her full 160-degree turn. She only competed about 280 degrees of her 360-degree turn. And if you do this, she draws little arrows and says she will get deducted for it. And
Yeah, she will. Okay, now we're gonna watch the rest of. And the tip of the blade just dug into the ice. You're like, is that what it's supposed to do?
there will be deductions.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love it.
do you want to share some news, or do you want me to keep going into my next one?
Do you have more Olympics?
Oh, I got more Olympics.
You're all Olympics today, aren't you? Or most of it?
Mostly Olympics.
Okay, let's break it up.
Okay.
Let's go to news.
Welcome to news.
Welcome to news. I'm Bernard. I'm with you with news. Currently queer. Okay, so the CDC, the Trump administration CDC, has decided to cut out $600 million in HIV and AIDS STD funds to 4 Democratic-led states, all in retaliation to other protests that were happening. California, Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota are the only 4 states that they said...
like ICE protests?
Yeah, yep.
So we're cutting healthcare because you protested against kidnapping.
ICE. So the cuts quietly started on February 9th. That's why we were just hearing about this and it's starting just to report by suspension of grants to health agencies, hospitals, and universities. The universities obviously get these grants. They use a lot of these for studies to help find either cures, medicine, study the effects of different diseases, STDs, everything like that. So they started cutting back on them. One of the spokesperson for the CDC, Trump appointed, says that the reason they're doing it is because these states do not reflect the agency's priorities. Healthcare is not the priority of the agency, is kind of what they're saying. Right. And as we've talked in other episodes, and as we've talked in other currently queer episodes, HIV and AIDS is not a queer disease.
No.
Most queer people are taking care of themselves with either medication of some sort, with either PrEP or DoxyPrep, Biktarvy. There's so many medications out there now that people are taking. It's actually a huge influx in the heterosexual community of HIV and STDs and of AIDS diagnosis in the last 10 years. But anyways, to digress. So there have been lawsuits already filed. They filed lawsuits in the state of Illinois, which is going to be beneficial because Illinois is definitely seeing, look at the governor, what's his name?
Pritzker,
yeah. It didn't sound right. I almost said that in my head, but it didn't sound right. So they filed lawsuits in Illinois. Again, it's based just purely on retribution for the protests of the immigration. Even as these administration attempt these cuts, Congress, in the funding bill that they passed back in early February, the 2026 Labor, Health, and Human Services, Education, and Related Agencies Funding Bill appropriated the same level of funding for all of these agencies, all of these places across the country with the 2025 numbers, and along with a $400 million increase to the National Health Institute or National Institute of Health, and to help further research and education. The bill also rejected the elimination of programs such as the Ryan White program, Part C and D. What those do, Part C and D, grants for clinics to help fund comprehensive care. So here in Kansas City, we have Vivint Health. If you guys don't know, Vivint Health is a huge care facility for people who have HIV or AIDS diagnoses, as well as anybody who needs help with STD testing, treatment. They do so much stuff. They also have in the back, which they're trying to get more funding for to help pay for, but they have an entire state-of-the-art dental clinic back there.
Oh.
That they are trying to help. And that's another part, which is Ryan White's program, Part F, supports AIDS education training centers and dental care.
Awesome.
Yes. Right now, the Kansas City facility, unfortunately, does not get part of the Part F grant. So that's why it's finding so hard for them here in Kansas City to fund that. So that's why they try to do donations, and they're trying to do campaigning to help find funding for that right now. One of the big contributors for getting Congress, though, to pass this and keep the funding the same and increasing the funding with that $400 million, HIV-MA-HIVMA is the HIV Medicine Association. They have more than 6,000 professionals who specialize in HIV/AIDS care. They use their advocacy on Capitol Hill to sit there and fight. And I think one of the people said that they were there every single day knocking on doors until it was passed. So
Nice.
yes, so thank you for them being there and being in person. And one of the spokesperson for HIVMA said that although it's a great win for this year, unfortunately, we're going to have the same fight next year. So getting out there, putting the right people in office, and standing up and speaking out when you need to, these people are doing it. So
Vote.
yeah, well, vote, but also like we're seeing some sort of pushback from retribution style governing, or it's not even governing, it's just being a dickhead. So, but I thought that was pretty much good news. Try to cut
Except
it,
for
and
the
they
first
said,
half.
well, they tried to cut. Well, that's they're blocked right now because they're in a
Yeah.
lawsuit.
Yeah.
I mean, they have an injunction on it. So
Injunctified.
injunction function. Also, if anyone doesn't know, because you don't remember Schoolhouse Rock, Congress is the one who sets how money is spent. So you have to do what they say. You have to spend the money. You can't just be like, we're not spending this money now. That's not how that works. That's not how.
Congress has the power of the purse. Why Donald Trump doesn't seem to understand that? Congress has the power of the purse. They appropriate money. End of story.
End it. Period. Done.
Period, bitches. Okay, we're going to go back to the Olympics. We are doing our best to cover the Olympics, but also, don't worry, guys. We're not going to do, like, sports all the time, which is wild still because, like, sports? Me? What?
This is not a gay sports podcast.
No, but it could be. Not hosted by me, though.
It's not going to be hosted by me. The best sports we're going to get out of you is hockey.
Well, speaking of hockey, NHL player Radko Gudas of the Anaheim Ducks is a fucking loser after he yelled a gay slur for all to hear when he lost during their game at the Olympics.
What? In what way?
Radko Gudas plays for the Czech team.
Okay.
They lost their game to I think it was Team Canada. And it was not a close game. I think it was like 6-2, 4-2.
Oh.
Which, like, that's high for hockey. So the mic picked up the Czech player using a slur while protesting a 2-minute penalty he got for roughing against Brandon Hagel. He, quote, said, "Get off your fucking knees, you fucking cocksucker," to the ref.
Oh. You can't say that.
You can't say that. In 2017, actually, Anaheim Ducks legend Ryan Getzlaf was fined $10,000 by the NHL for using the same insult also against a referee.
Okay, girl, it's been 10 years. Come up with a new insult first
This
off.
is a different player who used the same insult.
Oh, the names sounded the same.
No, Radko Gudas. Conveniently, they both played for the Anaheim Ducks. So maybe the Anaheim Ducks, you guys might need to have some,
HR needs to come in.
HR training. Let's all sit down and maybe because at the end of the day, like hockey, like you're allowed to have like chirping and, you can be kind of chirping is commonplace in hockey. Let's be real. But discriminatory language is prohibited under NHL rules and regulations. So.
And if I've learned anything from reading Rachel Reed's Hito Rivalry series,
I'm on book 3.
They use a lot of, like gay slurs and stuff. I mean, that's what they say in the book. So that doesn't surprise me so much, especially like a professional standpoint, but also
it was picked up on the mic's ref and broadcast on air.
Yeah, you're so stupid. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. Everyone's watching this shit right now. Why would you just...
Anyway, he got a lot of slack for that, and the gay community is not happy, and also, go fuck yourself, dude. Get over it. People who say that shit are probably just, kind of like Moses Magic Mike Johnson's.
Yeah, they're on Grindr themselves, sucking dick in Anaheim. They're just, it's internal homophobia maybe and projection.
I think it could be internal homophobia. Maybe he should watch Heated Rivalry.
I mean, it's been opening a lot of doors.
Or read the books.
And a lot of legs.
Or read the books. Okay, this one hurts a little bit. But our queen, our lovely, our sweet bisexual, pansexual princess, Amber Glenn. I love you, sweetheart. Unfortunately, she stumbled in the short program.
We cried.
We cried.
We did. We actually cried.
I literally cried.
We cried side by side with her.
Fully sobbed. My heart broke with you, girl. But she unfortunately, according to Tara,
Yep.
Well, she turned a triple into a double.
And you're going to get deducted for that.
And she got deducted because she turned her triple into a double, which caused her to lose 7 points after her devastating mistake that ultimately would result in her being off the medal podium.
And she did hold the number one slot for a longer than anybody thought she was going to, by the way, in the freestyle.
Speaking of her freestyle skate, she did have a triumphant return 2 days later where she delivered a redemption skate during the free skate, ending in the top 3 for free skate scores. Also, short program takes short and free skate, combine them together, get your average combined score.
Yeah.
And then that's how you medal. So she got top 3
in the freestyle.
And free skate only, she was top 3. So had she, made her triple a double.
No, made her double a triple.
Or made her double the triple that it was supposed to be.
She would have been number 1.
She probably would have got a medal. But she did have a great redemption, and I am so proud of you, Amber Glenn, for coming back and just killing it and still keeping your head strong. And she was so supportive of the other girls during the free skate. And I'm sorry, Amber, you did great. And also, shout out to ACLU.
Oh.
She came out of nowhere and said, "Watch this, bitches."
She
got that gold medal.
She was so fun to watch too. While she was out, because she was just going out there and having fun.
Oh yeah, you could tell she was
and she was having a good time and everything. But talking about Amber Glenn, I'm also proud of her for coming out and just being like, "Look, I was so emotional." She was on her period too. She said that. She goes, "Look, it was just one of those times, and it happens." And you're right, it happens. So I think she still skated wonderfully and beautifully.
She still got a gold medal for the team program.
She did. Yeah, she's still coming home with gold. I love that.
So that was cool.
But again,
sorry, Amber.
There's always next time. You think she's gonna skate again?
Yeah.
I think they both should.
Well, I know she was talking about retiring after this Olympics, but she said that something along the lines of these Olympics have really reignited her passion and joy for the sport, and she no longer wants to retire.
Well, and I think I saw too, I was talking with our local Kansas City ice skating expert that we go to, Abby. And I was talking to her about how what's changed in the sport, and she was saying one of the things that's a huge change is the camaraderie that is there now between all these girls from all different teams and all different countries and just from all over, and how this camaraderie and being there for each other has truly changed. And then just seeing also Amber Glenn, how close she was. I think she's got to come back. She's gonna do it. She's gonna make that triple.
I love her.
She's gonna do double triple.
I love you, Amber.
I love it. That's
big fan of the pod. Love you, Amber. Well, I'm a big fan of you on the pod. You could be a big fan of our pod, Amber.
Possibly.
Come
Welcome.
on our pod. Come on the pod.
We're here for you.
Amber Glenn, we love you.
Okay.
So we're going to finish with another Olympic spotlight for Connor McDermott Mustawi.
Okay.
Connor McDermott Mustawi makes history as the first out gay man to compete in speed skating.
Oh, okay.
So Connor competed in the men's 1,000-meter speed skate. Unfortunately, though, he failed to the podium after failing to recover from a slow start that put him a half second off the leader. It's crazy how tight sprint skate because the speed skating is the long. It's like track and field, but this is sprinting basically because it's only the 1,000-meter, and it's crazy how such minuscule literally hundredths to tenths of a second are between 1 and 10.
Yeah,
he did He did finish in top 10. Placed him second among the American skaters and behind gold medalist Jordan Stolz, who's not gay.
No, but he's good looking. He's cute.
Connor did come out to say, though, he said, "Regardless of my results today, I feel an abundance of pride. I am so proud of myself for getting here after missing the team 4 years ago. I'm proud to be the first and only openly gay man in speed skating and the only one on Team USA this year. I'm proud to be a part of the best team in the world, Team USA." So he's still good, poppy and positive, and
yeah. I love that.
Even though they didn't medal, they still went and had fun. You saw went to the fucking Olympics. That's a big deal to go to the Olympics.
I know. It was such a great Olympics.
It was good.
It was fun.
Milano Cortina.
I still want to go to Milan.
Milano.
I would love to go to Milan. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
It has a little hockey in it.
Sports.
Okay. So the Netherlands.
Ooh.
We're going to go to the Netherlands.
I love the Netherlands. I've been to Maastricht and Amsterdam.
Well, in the Netherlands in 2001, so back in time, first country to legalize same-sex marriage.
Yes, they are.
So shout out to them.
Love you.
And in 2026, they are the first country to openly elect the first open gay prime minister, Rob Jetten.
He's hot.
Do you see his fiance?
Also hot.
Okay. So Rob Jetten first took a seat in Parliament in the Netherlands in 2017. He now, as the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, holds a narrow margin. So one of the things they're talking about, because he's part of, I think it's the the way they do their parties, I was trying to research on it, and they have like 3 different parties, and so it's hard to track. But I think it's a Democrat 66 party. But they're all saying that he has a lot of work cut out for him because he doesn't. Although he's prime minister, his party does not hold the majority. So trying to get anything through is gonna, and anything passed is gonna be very hard. Throughout his campaign, his queerness was hardly even mentioned, though. That wasn't anything that an opponent mentioned, the articles mentioned. Like his being gay, right, which everyone attributes to showing how normalized, and we love being normalized, the LGBTQIA plus community and equality has become in a place like the Netherlands, where you're not looked at as being different, you're not looked at as anything, you're just looked at as being a person, and then your merits is what determines who it determines how they are.
I mean, that's how it should be. So
right. So, and like we said, we want to talk about their partner. Their partner, Nicholas Keenan, and I think it's Nicholas, but it has like
Nikolai.
Maybe as like a little asterisk, I believe, above it. But
Nikolai.
he is he plays for the Argentine field hockey team, and he is a 2024 bronze medal Paris Olympic winner. They met in 2022. They met in 2022 at a supermarket, and quote, there was just eye contact.
Wow.
This is a gay Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
They meet in the supermarket and now he's prime minister. And I just thought it was so cute. In 2020, one of the things, though, that also resonated with a lot of the younger people and with now new prime minister, Rob Jenton, was in 2020, I guess he got on social media and just began reading all of his homophobic comments that people were posting about him as he was in parliament. And
Good
just
for him.
Yeah, and just like putting all that shit on blast and everything. And then when they met in 2022, they kept their Keenan and him kept the relationship secret. Obviously, a lot of kind of similarities between the heated rivalry series, a lot because of how hockey just in general is, and
But he played field hockey?
He played field hockey.
Huh.
So it's a lot of the discipline and self-confidence needed in hockey, and I didn't even know, quote, I didn't even know that it was possible to be in love like this.
Oh,
so
that's cute.
The Netherlands out there electing the first openly gay prime minister.
So is he Dutch?
I think so. Yeah, because they say
Nikolai?
he speaks Dutch. They speak like Dutch, English, and Spanish.
Right, but like he plays for the Argentinian field hockey team?
Yes.
So is he Argentinian?
It doesn't look Argentine. I don't know. But they look gorgeous together, standing up there when they were like being sworn in by the king or the queen. I think it was.
There's a king?
Because they have a king and queen. So
the Netherlands do?
That's why they have a prime minister.
Oh, I don't know how it works over there.
Oh, okay. Well,
I thought that was just Britain.
No, I think it's the Netherlands as well.
Oh.
Yeah. We're learning.
So they have a palace?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or is it a castle?
They're not fucking French.
The French have a castle?
French, yeah, we watched that show with the French people renovating their family's chateau.
That was a chateau.
It's a castle.
No, that's a chateau.
It's a castle.
Wait, does that mean the French have a king too?
Not anymore. They beheaded him.
But they still have a prime minister.
They have a president.
Oh, Macron.
Yes.
Not anymore. Is he still the president? I don't think he's the president anymore.
I don't remember.
I'm not great with foreign politics.
Well, there's so much. I mean, every country is so vastly fucking different.
I got enough to deal with in American bullshit politics to deal with and trying to keep track of what's happening in other countries.
Exactly. But shout out to the Netherlands. I love that. And also, gorgeous couple.
Gorgina.
It's so cute. And I just love it. And I love that. I love it's like a Hallmark thing. Like, it's just love.
Who knew field hockey was like, is it big in Argentina?
It must be big because they went to the Olympics. It must be big in general, I think.
Like, do they have like stadium matches of field hockey?
I don't know.
That's wild because the only thing I know about field hockey is like we had a women's field hockey team in high school.
That's where they're just running. They're not like skating, right?
Yeah, you're on grass running around a pitch field with hockey sticks
and a ball.
But they're like the bottom is like a nub and has a pad on it.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, it's a ball.
Interesting. I have no idea. Never seen a match of it.
Yeah, because in school growing up, like PE, we had like a field hockey.
Oh.
Maybe it's a New England thing.
It's definitely not a Kansas City thing.
There's a lot of things that aren't Kansas City things. Oh, Middle America, here we are.
Okay, let's jump back to the United States.
America.
Fly back.
We're bombing other countries without approval from Congress.
When you elect a clown, you get a circus, right? So they say.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. But we're going to go to one of, I think, my least favorite places in the world, Florida.
Ew.
But we're going to
Hey, you can't hate on Florida too bad. I did live there for 6 years.
Yes, and I'm going to ask you about that in a second. We're going to go to St. Pete, though.
St. Pete.
St. Pete.
Just across the bay from Tampa.
Because they have a Winter Pride organization. Robert Hall is the head organizer for that. And Robert Hall, back years ago when he came out, one of the things was he went to Florida and he saw the rainbow crosswalks in St. Pete. It inspired him to begin living his authentic self. He said, you know what? This is who I am. This is where I want to be. He moved to Florida, St. Pete, been living there.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. Well, they started tearing up all the rainbow sidewalks because Secretary Duffy, last summer said that all around the country that all non-freeways and crosswalks must be, quote, free from distractions, i.e. the rainbow crosswalks, and further tax dollars should be used for safer streets and not rainbow crosswalks, end quote.
But then Governor Kittenheels really
So, yes. So Ron DeSantis began his attack.
Also known as Governor Kittenheels, if anyone's
yes,
because of his little boots he wears.
Thanks, Jen and Pumps.
When there's a hurricane, he wore those white boots with the little heel.
Yeah. So Robert Hall, like I said, he's the organizer for St. Petersburg, Florida's Winter Pride, reached out to Yvette Mattern, who is an artist, and they said they wanted to come up with a way to stand up to this bullshit of getting up the rainbow crosswalks and making a statement. And so this artist used a ton of lasers off the Mary Jean Hotel. I think it's either Mary Jean or Mary Jean Hotel, and projected lasers 2 miles away onto a vacant building in a rainbow pattern for 3 days during their Winter Pride. It was said that you could see the lasers from 60 miles away, though. They were that bright and that high.
They also did that in P-Town, didn't they?
They do that in P-Town. They shoot it down the main. Yeah, they shoot it down the main. So I do have a question because you said you lived in Florida. So with our tax, them saying, though, your tax dollars should be used for safer streets. I've driven in Florida a couple times. There's still a ton of shit roads all over Florida.
Yeah, I used to drive one of the deadliest highways in America every day.
Right.
The
exactly.
I-4 corridor.
So why does it matter that is a rainbow really that much of a distraction when you have roads that are literally killing people because they're so, just drive around here with all the potholes.
They don't really have potholes in Florida. They just are now since I live there, I'm pretty sure I-4 has gone to 3 lanes, but it was only 2 lanes on each side. But it was always just, I don't know.
Anyways, so.
Because I used to drive between Daytona Beach and Orlando.
Yeah, no.
When I worked in Orlando.
Yeah. Well, St. Petersburg, standing up. The mayor of St. Petersburg, Mayor Welch, he said that we will not stand down and we will not give in.
Do you think he's married to not married, but related to Jennifer Welch?
That would be funny. The way this guy talks, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of right. And also in another triumphant stand, they said because they're getting rid of all these crosswalks, saying you can't have a distraction. So the Mayor Welch, along with the community organizers of St. Pete, said, okay, no problem at all. And last December, they replaced all of the city's bike racks with pride
rainbow ones.
Yeah, with
I saw that.
Rainbow ones.
Fine. Don't worry, we'll get rid of your crosswalks, but I'm going to make literally everything else gay.
This right here, though.
Bus stops, gay.
Okay, everything.
Bike racks, gay. Street lights, gay.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great. Anyways, that's it.
I love that. Yeah. I also don't plan to give any money to the state of Florida until Governor Kittenheels is gone. We're not, we don't, no. Sorry, Florida.
Sorry, friends in Florida. We love you, but we're not going there. We'll meet you somewhere else.
Preferably somewhere blue. Maybe purple, but pretty blue.
P-Town.
Oh, P-Town.
When we go back, we bring Tanya with us.
Yeah. Hey,
I miss her. Miss Tanya.
Shout out Tanya. Okay, so we're gonna jump back in here. This is gonna talk about our queen. I can't wait. I hope I get her on the podcast one day. What I would give Hillary Knight, if you're listening, girl, I love you. Please come on our podcast. You can bring Brittany Bowe with you. We could do a podcast with all of you guys, us gays, you lesbies. We could talk about everything. Hillary Knight, I love you. Okay, so U.S. hockey captain Hillary Knight, she took the high road after President Dum Dum's distasteful jokes about the women's hockey team.
Yep.
We're going to get into that, bitches. Okay, so the Milano Cortina Winter Games have ended spectacularly with the historic milestone of both the men's and women's hockey teams getting gold.
It was great.
It was great. Women's, insane. Men's, it was a good game.
It was wonderful seeing America win gold, but we're playing Canada, who's like just a neighbor to the north there. Both teams playing gold for gold against them, both winning. Both great games.
Yeah, overtime. Both games.
Yeah.
Overtime wins.
Insane.
Following the win, the women's victory has been overshadowed by some distasteful comments from Mango Mussolini, President Dumb Fascist Regimist Donald Trump. After the men's hockey team won, Donald Trump called the men after their victory and said, "I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that." He later added that if he didn't invite the women's team, he said, "I do believe I probably would be impeached," which you can get impeached anyway based on all the bullshit you're doing. And the men's hockey team like cheered and laughed and like didn't, like really stand up much for the women's hockey team.
And then threw beers back with
Crazy Eyes. Threw beers back with Crazy Eyes, Cash Patel, on American taxpayer dollars, which really pissed off people. And actually, that also apparently did piss off President Trump, which shocking. The men's hockey team has already visited the White House and was also introduced during the State of the Union. Shout out to Team USA women's hockey team because they declined their invitation, which, hell yeah. Good for you girls.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go either. But our lesbian queen, Hillary Knight, is handling the situation with nothing but class. Hillary Knight states, "I thought it was sort of a distasteful joke, and unfortunately this is overshadowing a lot of success of women at the Olympics. Carrying the torch for Team USA and having gold medal feats. We're just focusing on celebrating the women in our room, the extraordinary efforts, and continuing to celebrate 3 gold medals in program history, as well as a double gold for men's and women's at the same time, and really not detract from that with a distasteful joke."
Yep.
Get it, Hillary? I thought that was fun how she took the high road. She took the high road and said, she said, I think during her press conference, she said distasteful like at least 4 or 5 times, making it pretty obvious how she felt about President Trump's comments and her opinion of said president.
Well, the women's hockey team worked just as hard as the men's hockey team, and they both won. They both were there. Why do we got to be sexist, misogynistic fucking assholes about it?
But also shout out to Hillary Knight. The women's team, our women's hockey team, has also gained like a huge amount of followers and like support from America, and really rallied, especially a bunch of people who like also thought that the jokes were distasteful, and everyone was like, go fuck yourselves. And also the men's hockey team received a lot of hate because they were just fucking pounding beers with Cash Patel and laughing at distasteful jokes. It would being very disrespectful towards the women's team after they won. And I will say that Hillary Knight did go on to say like she doesn't think that the men were doing it in a spiteful manner.
Yeah.
And the men's hockey team was consistently there supporting the women's team during their games and vice versa. So there's that. Other fun things that I want to quickly bring up about our queen, Hillary Knight. Hillary Knight, when she is not playing for Team USA, is a forward for the Seattle Torrent of the Professional Women's Hockey League. In the momentous wave that the PWHL has coming off the Winter Olympics, the Seattle Torrent, I believe it was Friday night, set a new U.S. arena record for a women's hockey game with 17,335 fans at the first ever Climate Pledge Arena sellout Friday night game versus the Toronto Scepters.
That's wonderful.
Shout out to you girls.
Good job and great.
They
great
sold
job.
out the fucking arena. Hillary Knight, she got a nice little welcome. And all the other girls who also played for Seattle, they had like a special intro welcoming them back to the team from the gold medal win. And it was just so exciting. And I love that. Now women's hockey teams, let's go. I want to go to a women's hockey game.
Yeah, I don't even know where one would be close enough to here.
Let's go to Seattle. We'll stay with Jarrett and we'll go see Hillary Knight play for the Seattle Torrent.
Yeah, I'd do that. Good job, Seattle, showing up for your girls, too.
Hell yeah. You go, girls. And you go, Seattle. And then Hillary Knight went on to appear on the opening monologue of SNL, hosted by the one, the only Connor's Story of Heated Rivalry, with her fellow Team USA teammate and gold medal goal winner, Megan Keller.
This one. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I heard it's really good, though.
Spoiler alert. I watched it. Just the monologue. I didn't watch the whole thing. But it was so sweet that like he had them there. And so like it opens up with Connor and he does like a couple like, I'm an actor. And it was like kind of sweet. And then they start talking about hockey. And then the Hugh brothers walk in, Quinn and Jack.
Yeah.
The one who has the fucked up tooth that got broken in the Olympics and he got the gold medal goal.
Yeah.
Of the men's team were there. And then like they're kind of talking. And then the women come out. The women got a much larger standing or like applause, and like the whole place was freaking out when Hillary and Megan came out, and it was like way louder than the men. Like you could definitely tell, and like there's people saying like that could easily be one of like the loudest roars of applause like in the season so far.
That's awesome.
Of like
That's
not
wonderful.
not the host.
Yeah.
Like when a
yeah.
guest appears.
Like
so,
surprise guest moment, applause.
Yeah, so the women's stars seemed to receive noticeably a louder reception from the crowd.
That's great.
Stories said that it was so cool that we're all here, to which Knight replied, it was gonna just be us, but we thought we'd invite the guys too.
Yeah.
Throw that shade.
Shade.
So then story goes, my show speaks to people who are not always represented in hockey, so this is really great to have actual hockey legends here tonight. I mean, both of your teams just won gold. And then Quinn Hugh goes, the last time that the men did that was 46 years ago. You know what Hillary Knight said?
Huh.
The last time we did that was 2 whole Olympics ago.
Shade.
Throw that shade, Hillary. I mean, I know it was like obviously scripted a little bit, but like was the writers. I see what you did. SNL writers, you really clapped that shade back at the men who just kind of stood there and were like, yeah, we kind of.
I love it.
Like,
all for the shade.
Y'all being fucking petty ass bitches with Donald Trump's distasteful comments and shit, thinking you're hot shit when like you literally haven't won a gold medal since what was it?
86.
86.
No, 80.
80.
46 years.
40,
80.
yeah, 80.
Yeah, 1980.
That was the Miracle on Ice. So screw you guys. Shout out to the women's hockey team. Love you, Hillary Knight. I can't wait to meet you one day. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And if you ever want to be on Everyone's a Little Queer podcast, you are welcome any day, all the times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can bring Brittany too, because she's cute. So I just thought it'd be fun to spotlight Hillary Knight and her positive reactions to some distasteful comments.
Staying.
She took the high road.
She took the high road. Then she did good. And you know what?
And it shows based on their applause and based on their reception.
Even if she lost her temper just a little bit, it would have been. I
still would have snapped for you,
girl. You just won gold, and you kind of got shat on by
Mango Mussolini.
And the men
who didn't stand up for them.
Yeah.
You know what I say? Karma to the men, because you guys got hate, and then they sold out the hockey stadium in Seattle, and they're getting a lot of warm reception and all this awesome praise, and then you guys got some sick burns thrown in your face on SNL with Connor's story. I love you, Connor. You're also welcome on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, okay, that was fine. Fun little Hillary Knight mom.
Love it. All right. So this just happened.
Is this like breaking news?
Well, probably for some. I mean, it's weird how some stuff is so in the news and then other stuff that happens isn't quite so projected. And you want to know why? It's because it's affecting the trans community.
Oh.
So
I love you, ladies. So we're men.
The governor vetoed the anti-trans bill.
Governor, what's her name? Kelly?
Of Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she vetoed this anti-trans bill that was like super restricted, piece of shit bill.
I voted for her.
And then it went back to the
supermajority
state Congress, and they said, okay, well, we're going to vote to override her veto. So as of Thursday, it immediately, without a grace period, without anything, the state of Kansas immediately invalidated every single trans person's driver's license. There's no grace period, nothing else other than immediate action. They want you to bring in and surrender your driver's license. But here's the thing. It's immediately invalidated.
And so, like, how are you supposed to, like...
Correct.
I can't drive to turn in my license because you invalidated it.
Correct. And so when asked, the agency said, it's not planning to contact anyone via phone. We're just going to update our website or send you a letter like we would normally. So...
Snail mail.
They are updating their website there's like a website where you could check the validation of your driver's license, and that's where you're supposed to go check yourself or wait for a letter to see if it affects you, which more than likely it would because they're going back years and years to anybody that has changed their gender markers on their driver's license. So, and if you do not surrender it, the effect of this is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. In the state of Kansas, a Class D or Class B misdemeanor is subject up to 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine for the first time. But that law also that they passed doesn't just affect their driver's licenses. It is also what people, the bathroom law, right? So now people must use the bathroom that was assigned sex at birth in all government buildings and multi-occupancy private spaces. The first violation of going into a bathroom that doesn't align with the sex assigned at birth is a written warning And from there, it's an immediate second class B misdemeanor. Again, up to 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. That, by the way, can be filed by anybody who just thinks someone looks trans and it went to the wrong restroom.
Hey, can't you like sue them?
Yeah. A private person. So if you're sitting there, like a person can see and look at someone and go, I think they're trans. They went to I think they're male to female or female to male or a trans person. They went to the wrong bathroom, and then they can literally just call the cops on them, and that's it.
So what are you supposed to do to prove you're not? Just drop trow?
Well, that's what the ACLU put out a notice that said, if this happens to you, just apologize, say it'll be just a moment, and leave. And if the cops show up, just say, I'm so sorry, and leave immediately. And just like, but that we're targeting and we're making them leave spaces because they're who they are. It's absolutely ridiculous. So here's kind of the thing. What do you think the reaction is going to be when like a female to male trans person goes into the women's restroom? No, female to male. Some of these trans, oh my God, big beards, ripped, hairy. So that person walks into the bathroom, they're gonna also be attacked for doing that.
Right, like what are
you supposed to do?
It's not
yeah,
fair to our trans brothers
and so many
sisters.
women. I mean, so many women, male to female, have so much surgery. You know, reconstructive surgery, top surgery, all of that, and they are such beautiful women. And then now they're gonna have to go into the men's restroom. They're gonna get assaulted in there.
Yeah,
there's a possibility of that. Because let's be honest, but. It's just asking for a ton of issues and complaints and frivolous complaints at that. Because if anybody can do it, then it's going to just take over. People are just going to be calling the cops left and right and whatever. But all these people that are complaining about these fucking bathrooms, they're also going to be no problem when they sit on an airplane and they fly on an airplane and they have to use the restroom after somebody else. It's like,
right?
What the
fuck?
It
makes me it's so stupid.
Like, that's so fucking stupid. You're complaining about a bathroom at a restaurant because a trans person, you don't even know if that person is trans. First off, it's all about controlling the minority, because if you can control the minority, then other people will fall in line with that, and that's where I think that's what they're trying to get at. So in the state of Kansas, they're estimating roughly 1,800 is what at the whole state of Kansas, it's going to affect roughly 1,800 people.
What's the population of the state of Kansas?
A lot more than fucking 1,800 people.
That's such a minuscule percentage.
That's what like.
Why can't we care about more important things, people?
More important things, absolutely. So, but this just goes into like what we talk about so much, especially right now in 2026 with primaries happening, with voting. And I know we have a lot of friends that listen to this podcast. We have a lot of people in our lives that say, I've heard it over the last few weeks of how they just don't vote. They don't vote because it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It does fucking matter. If you have a Democratic governor who vetoed a bill that was targeting people, but then it has to be sent back to the state Congress and they have a majority where they can just go, who gives a shit what that person says? Just write it anyways. You're allowing for the targeting of this minority people for being themselves, all because you just didn't vote for somebody who wasn't going to be a shitty human being.
There's really not an excuse to not vote.
It takes 30 minutes.
Like
at most, voting is so fast.
So many people are like, "Oh, it doesn't." Like, it truly does. Every vote matters. Like, I'm tired of of people just be like, "Well, why didn't you vote?" Well, I didn't think it really mattered to me, or I just, it is what it is. So what? Like, no, get your ass up. It's not a fucking hard thing to do, and also be proud of it. Like, that's your right, is to vote. There's literally a war going on in Iran right now that America did not want, but we are doing it anyway because here we are. Long story long, there's people who don't have that right to vote and literally were protesting and getting shot and killed just because they want to have a right to vote and live in a democracy and have freedoms. While I know it seems like we're not having the greatest time here in America under our basically fascist autocrat. Is that the right word? Oligarch. Yeah. And our fascist oligarch that we're fucking living under. We still have a right to vote, and now is the time to freaking use it. Yeah. Stop being lazy, get off your ass, and go vote. I don't even care if you want if you want to vote red, fine, but just vote. I don't care. This isn't like a partisan thing. Everybody should vote.
Vote.org.
Vote.org. Register to vote. Now, I hope you vote blue and make some really solid decisions here, especially where we're all fucking at in this country.
Right.
I do quickly want to give a shout out. to Lyft, though, because if you live in Kansas and you need a way to get around, you can use code TRANSJOY for 50% off a ride this week, which I guess by the time this comes out won't be a valid code anymore. But Lyft came in to support the trans community in the state of Kansas with discount rides this week. So
Yes. I mean, even if it's not a valid code this week, just keep watching it because they do stuff like that all the time for people. Lyft is a great company, very inclusive.
Lyft is better than Uber. Also, their prices are cheaper.
True. But all right.
So make sure you vote. Can we all vote, please? Primaries are going to have happened by the time this comes out, so pay attention to your primaries. Also, I know this week is Texas, North Carolina, and somewhere else has their primaries on Tuesday. Pay attention to your local primaries. It's a great, like, a lot of people also are like, whatever, it's just a primary. No.
Get out there and vote.
Get out there and vote. Primaries are how you can be happy with the candidate that ends up on the final ballot.
Yes.
If you're unhappy, like so many people were kind of pissed off that, you know, we were stuck with Biden or whatever, well, did you go vote in your primary? No. Okay, well, then you don't have a right to be upset with who our candidate is because you didn't participate.
Yeah.
And even if you do, well, you tried. You went out there and you voted and you made your voice heard. So let's go, get out, vote in your primaries, pick the candidate that you think is going to best represent you and your beliefs and going to put up a good fight against these fucking fascist regimes. So the 2026 midterms are really important this year. I know it's scary, and you've got, like, we don't have... We have to show up because the 2026 midterms, like, it can't just be like, oh, we won by no, like, we need the blue tsunami, so you can't argue that there was fucking voter fraud. Get out there, vote, don't be intimidated by the administration, and let's make our voices heard and really get this blue tsunami going. I'm done with my rant.
I love it.
So,
great.
Pay attention to your primaries, get out and vote.
Awesome. All right. Well, anything else today?
I don't believe so. We have some cool guests coming up on Everybody's a Little Bit Queer. Get excited to look out for that now every Wednesday. If you want to share your story, you can head on to the links in our bio, head up our link tree and submit your story, or you can sign up to be on the podcast.
Yeah. We want any and everybody. If you want to come share your story, come share it, be a part of it. I've gotten really good feedback on a lot of our episodes of how so many people have been happy and how it's helped them see themselves and open up, a little bit of their thoughts. So it's been doing what we've expected it, like wanted it to do, which is be there for people to help live authentically themselves. So this has been wonderful. And again,
it's also been like a very educational for a lot of people who,
yeah,
even like members who aren't in the queer community who've listened and been like, wow, I had no idea that such and such would go through something like that, or those are some battles that a member of the queer community might face or go through. So it's also very educational, not for just members of our community, but also our allies.
I love it. Well, I guess that's it.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.